How do you feel about your vote for Donald Trump now?
Well, I feel like perhaps I should have considered some other options. The cost of equipment has just gone through the roof. With tariffs now, we're not importing equipment to buy anything like that because it just would be cost prohibitive.
How do you feel about paying more for things?
Well, if you find someone who says, I'm happy about paying more for something, you point them out to me. People who already couldn't afford fresh vegetables, who couldn't already afford to put good food on their plate, are the ones that are really going to be hurt by this.
Did you ever think when you voted for President Trump that things were going to cost you more and you were going to lose money?
I never thought I was going to lose this much money, this fast.
So we got a new report, and it shows the number of U.S. farms went down last year. Actually, give me the numbers.
Well, those stats are shocking, Stu. The number of U.S. farms shrank by 15,000 in 2025. Yes, it brings the total to 1.865 million, still a lot, but farmland is continuing to face pressure from economic factors such as urbanization and low or basically negative returns per acre. You're losing money.
What's up, everybody? Major retired Richard Ojeda here, and Fox News, believe it or not, is outright admitting that Donald Trump is wrecking American farms. It's because nearly 80% of farming counties voted for him. And now those same farmers are calling this nightmare a man-made crisis caused by Trump himself.
According to the American Farm Bureau, it is part of a long-lasting decline. We've seen it year after year, while farm bankruptcies, by the way, are on the rise. The numbers show that the numbers of farms decreased in every economic category except for farms that make $1 million or more in sales each year, which actually saw a minor increase of 50 farms. But any way you look at it or try to paint it, it's a pretty grim picture.
What they're talking about isn't winning. Donald Trump has crossed a line in the dirt that's got their worlds turned upside down, and they're pointing their finger at who's to blame.
Are you angry?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm totally mad. There's no reason for it. This is absolute stupidity. This is a man-made crisis caused by Donald Trump, period.
John Bartman is a soybean farmer whose family has been working Illinois land since before the Civil War. This year, his crops, diligently planted, meticulously cared for, are losing their value.
This is the economics. It's what we do in this country. We export food. And we can't do that right now.
President Donald Trump insists farmers will win the trade war. Posting on Truth Social October 1st, "We've made so much money on tariffs that we are going to take a small portion of that money and help our farmers. I will never let our farmers down." John Bartman is skeptical.
Bailout's not going to do it. Bailout, unfortunately, we need the money.
Once you lose a customer like China, can you ever get them back?
I sincerely doubt it. Why would they?
This is what's happening right now in farm country. Tariffs and trade retaliation have slashed export markets for crops like soybeans, while the cost of fertilizer, machinery, and other inputs have surged. Major buyers like China have shifted their demand to Brazil and Argentina, and that market share doesn't just snap back overnight. At the same time, funding freezes and delayed USDA programs have left thousands of producers in limbo. So farmers are dealing with failing crop values, rising operating costs, and shrinking certainty. And many of them are calling it exactly what it is, a man-made crisis, and blaming it on Donald Trump.
Trump says, be patient. The farmer's going to be better than ever. Well, you better hurry up, because we can't stand this much.
That was Franz Roland, a farmer here in southern Georgia. He's been farming for more than 40 years, but he said the last year has been one of the most difficult ever.
With the prices like they are today, we're not going to make any money.
Farmers are all over the country are feeling the squeeze on their livelihoods, and the stats are not painting a pretty picture for their futures. While Argentina is getting a huge boost in their agriculture sector, our farmers are losing it all. Fox even tried to spin part of this as the return of comfort food. Don't forget that this Argentina beef plunder that Donald Trump negotiated was part of Donald Trump's Golden Age propaganda. Yeah, Javier Milei and his chainsaw for bureaucracy democracy get rich while folks here in America get to celebrate the return of hamburger helper. This whole debacle didn't happen overnight, and it wasn't by accident. When tariffs were slapped on major trading partners, retaliation followed immediately. China targeted American food farm goods, soybeans, pork, beef, the backbone of rural economies. Foreign buyers shifted to Brazil and Argentina, and once those supply chains move, they don't just snap back because Donald Trump says so on Truth Social. At the same time, operating costs didn't fall. Fertilizer, machinery parts, seed, fuel, all became more expensive. Some inputs surged dramatically, while crop sale proceeds dropped. That's the squeeze. Exports shrinking, prices sagging, costs rising. Then you layer on funding freezes and delays in USDA conservation and rural energy programs. Tens of thousands of producers left in limbo after signing contracts. That's uncertainty injected straight into the industry that runs on thin margins to begin with. And while Argentina's agricultural sector gets a boost and expands its global footprint, American farmers are losing market share. This isn't America first. It's American producers watching foreign competitors fill the gaps created by U.S. policy. It's farmers being handed bridge payments instead of restored markets, temporary checks instead of long-term contracts. You can joke about Donald Trump playing 4D chess all you want, but once again, his delusion doesn't pay the bills. You can say, but you're owning the libs, and you can pretend that this is some master negotiation. But when farmers are describing what they're living through as a man-made crisis, that's not political spin. That's economic pain. And the hardest part for the White House is this. These aren't critics from blue states. It's not immigrants or drag queens saying it. These are counties that voted overwhelmingly red. These are communities that believe the promises. Now they're watching crop values fall, costs climb, and markets evaporate. And they're connecting the dots, finally. And here's why this moment is bigger than soybeans. Fox News has spent years defending Trump no matter what, blaming Democrats, blaming immigrants, blaming drag queens, blaming Biden, mocking anyone who questioned Trump, feeding the red meat culture war while dismissing economic warning signs as fake news. But what's happening in farm country right now can't be pinned on Joe Biden. It can't be blamed on Obama. It can't be blamed on the libs or migrants or woke grocery stores. This is Trump's economy, and it's backfiring. Farmers were told tariffs were strength. They were told trade wars were leverage. They were told America first meant American producers first. Instead, foreign competitors expanded, markets shifted, costs climbed, funding froze, and now family farms are facing the kind of pressure that invites consolidation. And that's where it gets darker. When small operators fail, they don't just disappear. They get bought. They get absorbed. Generational land turns into corporate acreage. Legacy turns into portfolio. And the question people are starting to ask, quietly but seriously, is who benefits when independent farms collapse? Does J.D. Vance's group come in and buy their farm for pennies on the dollar? This isn't just an attack on agriculture. It's an attack on the backbone of rural America. The people who feed this country. The people who were promised protection. And even Fox is saying the quiet part out loud. That really gets under Trump's loose skin. Not the criticism, the loss of control over the narrative. He wants delusion and everyone to repeat the delusion. He wants applause. He wants the conversation in our homes and on social media to be constant praise, not reality. But reality doesn't bend because someone posts on True Social. Reality is falling crop values, rising costs, lost markets, and farmers finally connecting the dots. This isn't America first. It's instability first, consolidation first, corporate advantage first, all of which benefits that chainsaw for bureaucracy clown Javier Milei in Argentina, the guy who's sat at the center of the CryptoGate scandal and who's buddy-buddy with Elon Musk. And if we don't recognize it for what it is, the damage won't be just economic. It'll be structural and may not be recoverable. And by the time the slogans fade, the landscape will already have changed for the long term. For years, it was all swagger and slogans. America first. Art of the deal. We're winning. People cheered it on. They voted for it. They defended it. They laughed at anyone who warned this would backfire. But now the bill is coming due. The market shifted. The costs climbed. The farms are under pressure. And the same people who said this was strength are staring at the consequences. You want disruption? You got it. You wanted trade wars, you got retaliation. You wanted slogans over stability, now you're living with the fallout. And the rest of us are paying the bill for all of those decisions. It's not just the farmers who are pissed about losing everything. There's a lot of Americans who are sick and tired of being scammed too. And if Republicans won't do the right thing for their constituents, they're going to get more than an earful at the town hall. They are going to lose their ass in the midterms, and they all know it. This isn't the golden age. It's the age of Trump's diehard supporters turning on him and sending the GOP packing in the midterms. And that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.